Man, it gets hard to adults. Adulting can sometimes get really difficult. Um, but it's also really fun and interesting because it brings you to different places for time, right? You get to a point where some of the things that you know, you begin to rethink them, right? And it's so amazing.
You're welcome to my YouTube channel, by the way.
Again, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's a new year, 2026. It's a year that holds a lot of promise for a lot of people. I think it's a year that is going to reward the bold and ambitious. Rather, no, bold and audacious. Yeah. I think it's that year. I think my pastor started this year with a voiceover saying this is that year, and I kind of like believe it for a lot of people. So welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm starting this again, and I think I'm going to start with a random thought across where my head is at the moment, and hopefully it's as interesting for you as it seems. Um, Let me put it this way. I think that every one of us have to come to a point in time where we want to decide what we want to do and the kind of things that we do not want to do anymore, right? Especially when it comes to our career conversations. Maybe at one stage of our life, we're thinking so much about like just making ends meet. And at another point, you have to count the cost and say, okay, maybe these are some of the things that I need to sacrifice. Maybe these are the kind of some of the things that I have to reduce in terms of lifestyle to be able to put in the resources required to move me from point A to point B. There are so many things around that. Let me just break it. Maybe, for example, you have done in your career, you have done X. Maybe you have been like a designer or a product marketer, or let me even just say you have done some level of marketing and you just realize that I don't think this is what I want to be doing, and you want to, or you realize that you have done some things to just make ends meet for a bit, and now that you have gotten to the peak of that, you just need to make up your mind and say, no, I want to do what I want to do. There are so many dynamics to this conversation, and there are so many school of thoughts on how this can go. But I think what is even very important, which is what I'm going to try to speak about for like the next few minutes, is that you make a decision on where you want to go and back it up like with actions. If you say you want to do X, decide and back it up with actions. At different points, I think that with the coming of AI, it is practically important that you make your career or business decisions based on the things that you have an edge. What do I mean? I mean, so if brand comes for me now, like it's where I'm like really, really excellent, comes natural to me. I've read about the space, I understand how it works, especially around PR and marketing from the perspective of the brand positioning, brand strategy, and every other thing. The game is to just go in and do what you know how to do best, where you know you can command the most value, and not every time just adjust to what is obtainable, right? I know this can also be really stressful, especially when or if you're doing something that is not the norm or not common, or you want to scale beyond. But again, I think there are many sides to this conversation, and I will be happy to hear what people think. But I think at this phase, I'm really strongly backing up the fact that you have to make a decision on what you want for yourself and do everything that you need to get done in that direction to ensure you get the most available value from that thing that you have decided to do. I think this is how to put it again. That if you have decided a course of action in terms of what your career should be, pursue it with the whole of your mind. Stop overthinking it in your head. Stop assuming that the market will do X, Y, Z, or the market will not receive it without proper research. I know that, especially for younger people coming into the game across different divides, there are so many decisions that we have made based on prevailing thoughts and patterns. A lot of the OGs are having opinions, but again, some of them have even been confused, or they are seeing results that their values does not kind of like substantiate, right? Some of the things that are coming out and making it big now, so to speak, are not the things that they thought were going to bring some of the results that they're bringing now. A couple of days ago, I was at the place speaking, and I said, if you choose a position long enough, stay consistent at it enough, and you give it the required work, right? More often than not, people will line up behind you, because we have a world that is looking for people who will take a stand in a place where there are a lot of things that are confusing. I've said a lot of things to say one thing. For anybody watching this, decide what you want to do and go for it. I think this is that year to place a bet on yourself. I think this is that year to experiment things if you can afford it, right? If you cannot afford it, maybe you do some things to get the required cash to give you the back room to be able to try out some things. But this is that year. Go for it. Don't make those decisions out of fear of what ifs anymore, because again, what if it works? Like, yeah, try it out and even see if it works, and not just give in. I'm speaking to myself as much as I'm speaking to you today, but try it. Place a bet on yourself. I mean, this is that year, and I strongly think that this is that year for many people who are going to, or who are willing to place a bet on themselves. This does not mean there will not be challenges. This does not mean that possibly you will not get maybe some hunger days as a result of the fact that you're trying to test the market, but place a bet on yourself. Go for the thing that you think that you can do extremely well. Go for the thing that you think comes extremely natural for you to do at an excellence level that very fewer people can attain, right? Or fewer people can attain. This is that year. I don't know how else to say it, and I hope I did not ramble too much, because I wanted this to be really short. But yeah, this is that year. Go for what you think you should be doing and do it amazingly well. My name is Okoyemi Olugbemoro. I'm still thinking through what this channel is going to be for the year. I know that I'm going to bring some amazing people to talk to, have like exciting conversations around the things that are interesting to me. But welcome to this channel. And when we say this is that year, it also affects this channel too. So let's see how the channel evolves. Have an amazing time.